Hi ladies, so this is part 2 of your warm-up. This is more of the pulse raising warm-up, the muscle warmer, and this is going to help get the blood pumping a little bit more through the body, get the muscles prepared, as well as more into the ligaments as well. So with this warm-up, if you're doing any of the pulse raising programs, or maybe any programs that involve weights or equipment, again, it's so important that you're doing this before you move on to that main core program, because we want to prepare the muscles a little bit more, as well as all the other stuff like the ligaments and the joints. So again, you're not going to need obviously anything but a mat for this one, and we are just going to work from a standing position down towards the floor. So come and find your room, your space. So very simple. The first exercise, bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips, come into a soft knee. Again, we want to always, of course, make sure the pelvis is tucked under, embrace through the core, chest up, relax the shoulders, and really nice deep breath in. Exhale, push down into a squat. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, push down into a squat. So your squat position, you want to make sure the bum is going back, your weight is all transferred into your heels. The back is nice and tall, and again, your chest is up. We're not dropping forwards. We should always be able to see directly in front of us. Our tummy, our chest should be open. And when you drive up through your heels, you're going to squeeze those glutes. It's really important that we get our glutes completely activated before every single workout. Core and glutes, they need to be switched on. They need to be prepared. They need to be strong. Especially when you've got that bump there, there's going to be a lot more pressure through the body. So we need to make sure those 2 points are really strong to help support the body. Deep breaths, drop down. You always want to look to do about maybe 10 on each exercise, and just very gently come up. So we're going to drop down into our squat, and this time we're going to open those knees slightly, bring them back in, squeeze the bum, come up. Drop, open, in, up. Control through the knee movement here. So only ever so slightly, pushing out, bring them back in. Again, that's going to help activate the glutes a little bit more, especially on the outsides. It's going to help get into those hips a little bit better. You're going to start to feel this exercise straight away. So again, you just do as many as you feel comfortable with, making sure you can feel that warmth. Let's go for one more here. And relax. Bring your feet underneath your hips. Okay, again, we still want a soft knee. We're going to place the hands on the temples, really open up the chest now, still keeping the pelvis tucked in, core embraced. We're going to go for a good morning. So that's tipping forwards, squeezing the glutes as you come back up, step out, back to a wider squat this time. So come under, tip forwards, step out, wider squat. So when you tip forwards, you want that nice flat back position here. Again, every single time you come up through that movement, you're squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core. It's a really good one again, to make sure we're getting everything at the back switched on, ready for our workout. Let's go for one more. And just very gently relax. If there's lunges in your program, maybe you want to do some lunges as well, so you want to add those in. So make sure you've got a gap between your legs. When we lunge, there's always that gap. So hips are forward, body is up. We just gently drop down as low as you feel comfortable with. It doesn't have to be too low, especially if this is your warm-up. Maybe just take it to a halfway point. Push through the front foot chest up. And again, you want to go for around 10 on each leg. Nice and steady. Then we change to the other side. And set your position first. Always be in a good, strong, supportive position. Drop down, drive up. And again, you've just got that option. If you need to, you just go maybe halfway and up. Halfway and up. It's up to you. Still taking those nice deep breaths. This is your last exercise for the lower body. Okay, and then come in. So whatever you do, just make sure you're always doing the same amount of repetitions on both legs. We're going to move to the floor, coming into the upper body. So just drop down onto your knees. Your knees are going to be directly underneath your hips. Pelvis in, squeeze the core. Back remains really, really straight, really flat here, okay? Control through the core. We're just going to drop onto the hands, crawl the body forwards into a plank position, keeping your knees on the floor. You can either go to a full plank with your knees, or you can go to a tabletop plank position here. As long as you're squeezing through the tummy and the glutes, either here or here, you're still going to get that nice activation. And then when you're ready, use your hands, use your upper body to crawl back up to the start. Squeeze the bum, squeeze the core. Drop down, crawl forwards. Take a nice deep breath here. Crawl back, up, drop, crawl, back, up. Doing really well, ladies. Just take your time with this one. Focus all through the upper body and core. You should feel the warmth get more in your shoulders. Maybe the top of the back as well, maybe through the abs a little bit. I'm going to go for one more. All the way back. We're going to come in for a round of push-ups. So with push-ups, knees are underneath your hips, hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Okay, so you do want a nice open position in your push-ups. So you want to aim to get the chest down and the body tipping slightly over. What we don't want is this here, elbows sticking up out into the air, lots of pressure on the shoulders. We want to keep the shoulders relaxed. So the hands are just underneath your shoulder line, are wider than your shoulders, and we're tipping forwards. Body position is up to you. Easier option is knees right underneath your hips. We're going to keep the bum sticking out slightly as we drop down, push up. If you want a little bit more, take the knees a bit further back, bring that body forward, lock into the core, and again you're pushing down and up. So it's up to you. Take it in your own stride, off you go. So down, drive through those hands, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. Breathe in on your way up and out on your way down. And again, you might just want to go halfway and up. It depends on your strength and your ability. Give me a couple more here. And very gently take it back, release it out. Okay, just roll the shoulders. Any tension, just release it out. Maybe a bit of tension in your wrists, your shoulders. Just have a little breather. Okay, so there's some basic warm-up moves as well for you. So obviously you're hitting the legs, the glutes, the hip activation, lower back, top of the chest, shoulders, top of the back as well. So it's kind of everything that you need in that time. Again, so okay, make sure you're doing everything that you need to get your body prepared for your workouts. And there's options there for you as well. With each move, you kind of want to look to maybe do about 8 or 10 repetitions. You only need to do it around once, and you might feel like you're spending a lot of time warming up, but it is important, especially if you are pregnant. We do need to spend and concentrate a lot of time on preparing our body for our workout. So I hope you enjoyed your warm-up, ladies. And of course, stretching and cooling down is also just as important. So in the next video, there'll be some more for the after effect as well. So for the after part of your workout. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed your warm-up. Bye.